Hi boys and girls, this is the math portion of the packet for the week of Monday, April 27th. We are going to go over each day and an example as well as the example that they're giving you in the packet. So we're kind of going to do two problems for each. I'm recording a little differently today because my computer is not letting me record on my screen, so I'm going to record on my phone and hopefully it works. So we're going to start with Monday. We are practicing subtracting all week. So first, we are going to be making 10 to help us subtract. The first example is 12 minus 5. You have two 10 frames that total, you have two 10 frames that total 12. 10 in the top, 2 on the bottom. First, we're going to get to 10. So you're going to subtract 2 to get to your 10. And we need to remember that 10 is a friendly number. So when we add to 10, when we're adding a single digit number, for example, 3, if you have 10 plus 3, we know that we take that single digit number and replace the 0 with it. So 10 plus 3 equals 13. You take the 0 off of the 10 and just add the 3 right there. A 1 and a 3 is 13. It works the same with subtraction. So if you're starting at 12 and you're subtracting 2, you're taking that 2 off the 12 and just replacing it with the 0 that normally sits next to the 1 to make a 10. So 12 minus 2 will get you your 10. And then you need to subtract 3 more because you're subtracting a total of 5. So you already subtracted 2. You have 3 left over to subtract. So you need to subtract 10 or 3 more from 10. And you subtracted 5 all together. 2 from the bottom, 3 from the top 10 frame. And there are 7 left in all. So the answer to 12 minus 5 is 7. So now we're going to come over here and we are going to do an example together. This is number 2 in your packet for Monday. So we have 13 minus 8. And we have our 10 frame with 13 in it. So first I'm going to get to 10. Again, 10 is a friendly number. So all I have to do is subtract 3 to get to my 10. And to show you that on the computer, I'm just going to use X's because I can't cross them out on here. So I'm subtracting 3 from my bottom 10 frame. But remember, I am subtracting 8 altogether. So what goes with 3 to make 8? 5 more. So I need to subtract 5 more from my 10. That's not supposed to be there. I'm going to subtract 5 more from my 10. And how many do I have left over? Well, it is one whole row of a 10 frame, and we know there's 5 in the top of a 10 frame, so I have 5 left over. So 10 minus 5 equals 5. So your final answer is 5, which means 13 minus 8 equals 5. If you want to double check your work, count up your X's or however many you crossed off and make sure it equals 8, because again, our problem was 13 minus 8. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8 that I subtracted all together. So I know my answer is correct. All right, moving on to Tuesday. We are still practicing subtraction, but now we're counting on to make 10 to help us subtract. So the example they're giving you is 14 minus 6. You're going to start with your 6, and we're trying to get to 14. And that, whatever goes with 6 to make 14 is going to be the answer to 14 minus 6. So we're starting with 6. We know our combinations to 10. So we're going to make 10 starting with 6. What goes with 6 to make 10? 4. So they added 4 more into their 10 frame. So 6 plus 4 equals 10. And then we know 10 is a friendly number. We're trying to get to 14 altogether. So 10 plus 4 more will get you to 14. But we didn't only add 4. We added 4 to 6 to get our 10, and then 4 more to 10 to get to 14. So altogether, we added 8. So 6 plus 8 equals 14, which means 14 minus 6 equals 8. So we are going to do another example together. It is number 2 in your packet, 12 minus 8. So these problems have a few steps because we are counting on to help us. So we are starting with 8. First, if you look down at the bottom, we're going to be making 10. What goes with 8 to make 10? Well, luckily we have our 10 frame right here. We know in order to have 10, all 10 boxes need to be filled in. We have 8 already with 2 blank boxes. So I'm going to use T's to represent the 2 that we're adding. 8 plus 2 makes 10. But we need to get to 12 because our problem that we're solving is 12 minus 8. So we need to add more to 10 to get to 12. Again, 10 is a friendly number. How many more do we need to get to 12? Only 2 more because that's what 12 ends in. 12 ends in a 2. So we're going to add 2 more to our 10. So 10 plus 2 equals 12. So how many did we add all together? Well, we added 2 here and then 2 more here. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So 8 plus 4 equals 12. So 12 minus 8 equals our 4. So the answer to 12 minus 8 is 4. Moving on to Wednesday. Still practicing subtraction, but now we're using addition to do it. So they give you 9 plus 6 equals 15, and they give you 15 as a part whole situation, okay? It's kind of like a number bond. So 15's at the top, and they give you 9 and 6. Those are your 2 parts. They give you the turnaround fact, which is 6 plus 9 equals 15. So these are 2 addition facts for these 3 numbers that go together. But you can also write 2 subtraction facts by subtracting one part from the whole. Our whole is 15. 15 minus 6 will give you your 9 that's missing from this side. And then 15 minus 9 will now give you the missing 6. These are related facts, and they are a fact family. So you have 9 plus 6 equals 15, and then you have the turnaround fact, which is 6 plus 9 equals 15. And then you have the 2 subtraction problems. They both start with 15, but you're subtracting a different part from that whole each time. 15 minus 6 equals 9, and 15 minus 9 equals 6. We are going to do one together. We're going to do number 2. So I have my part whole situation. I have 16, and then I have 9 and 7. So we're going to start with our addition facts. So if I have 9 and I have 7 more, I know my first addition problem is going to be 9 plus 7, and that's going to give me 16. And I know that with addition, I can just flip those facts around. It's called a turnaround fact. We know that. So 7 plus 9 also equals 16. That's the easy part because it gave us the part whole. But now we need to subtract. When we subtract, we're starting with our 16 because that's our biggest number. So I'm actually going to fill that in with both problems now. Now, I can only subtract one part at a time. So I'm going to start with my 9. 16 minus 9 is going to give me 16. If I take away all 9 of these, it's going to give me that 7 left over. Okay? So 16 minus 9 equals 7. Whoopsie. And now we need to figure out the last part. I did 16 minus 9. Now I need to do 16 minus 7 because that's my other part. So I have 16. Going to take away 7. How many do I have left over? 9. So for all of your problems for Wednesday, you are going to use fact families and part whole to help you figure out the patterns between the numbers. And you have some word problems as well, and you're doing the same thing. It's fact families, addition and subtraction. And then for Thursday, you're practicing subtraction by using addition again. So you have 13 minus 8. Use addition to help you subtract. Okay, so now they're not giving you both parts. They're giving you the whole, and they're giving you one part, 13 and 8. You need to figure out what the missing part is. So what goes with 8 to get you to 13? So you're going to use some of the other strategies we learned earlier in the week. I can add 2 to get to 10, and then 3 more to get to 13. That's 5. So you're going to anchor to 10 and then add however many you have left to get to 13. That's how she is using addition to get her answer to the subtraction problem. So 8 plus 5 equals 13, so 13 minus 8 equals 5. That's using those fact families to help her. We are going to do number 2 together. 17 minus 9. So I have my whole, 17. I have one part, which is 9. I'm going to use addition to help me. So 9 plus blank equals 17. All right. I know that 9 plus 1 is going to give me 10. Okay. So I added 1. How many more do I need to get to 17? Well, 10's a friendly number. We went over this. I only need to add 7 more to get to 17. So I added 1, and then I added 7. 7 plus 1 equals 8. So 17 minus 9 equals 8. 9 plus 8, oopsie, 9 plus 8 equals 17. I can check this answer by counting on. So I have 9, okay? I'm going to count on from 9 until I get to 17, and then I'll count the amount of circles that I have in that box. And if it matches and it's 8, that means I did it correctly. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17. Now, do I have 8? Let's see. I know I did it in groups of 5 like a 10 frame, so I have 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. That means I did it correctly. And then for Friday, you are just picking and choosing which strategies you want to use, number line, 10 frame, or part whole, addition, subtraction, in order to help you solve these subtraction problems. And then these word problems as well. I'm sorry I had to record that on my phone. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but if you have any questions, let me know.